everybody, hope you're doing well, or welcome back to another video. This is going to be sort of like a new series I hope to do throughout the whole year. Basically sort of inspired by like balancing the book, sort of like unhaul or read sort of DNF sort of thing to get through my backlog of unread books, because on my little thing here I calculated before I came up to Birmingham how many books I haven't read yet that I own physically, and it's a whopping 1,195. That is an obscene number. Will I ever get that to zero? No, I know I won't, because I just like buy new books when I want to read them or things like that, and like my thoughts on books change and what I want to read at the time and stuff. But I like having like a large, I guess, a number that I can go to when I want to read. But also I do need to get that down. But yeah, I don't have any set number, just down. Basically, I want to have, you know, have less on there than at the start of the year. So that's at the start of the year. I have currently just got, I think, 4 new books in January, I think. I'm not too sure. I think so, which isn't too bad. Like, that's actually very, very good for me. But anyway, basically what I want to do is I think maybe for like a week or a couple weeks, I'm not really too sure how long this video is gonna like span for, but basically I've just put all the books that I currently have with me in Birmingham now on my bookshelf up there into a spinner wheel, and I'm gonna spin it and then let that pick the book that I'm gonna read. I'm gonna like, say if I do this for like a month or something, say I'm gonna like, I can allow myself to not pick that like one book like once per month or something, but if not, I do have to read it. And also I'm gonna like try and like get to as much as I can, but if I'm like not feeling it, I'm just gonna DNF it, and that means I have to like unhaul it. Or like maybe some I might allow myself to like soft DNF and come back to it another time, but the main goal is to read it or unhaul it basically, and get that unread TBR number down. So without further ado, I would like screen record, but I don't really feel like doing that, so let's just see what it picks. I think there's about 20 something on here, so okay, Soldier Sailor. Yeah, I think that's doable because it's quite short, and I think it like won like an award in 2023, I think. So yeah, let me go get it. Just Sailor by Claire Kilroy. I don't really want to know too much about going into it, but there's the blurb if you want to read it. But I'm actually kind of happy that I picked a short book for the first one. So yeah, I'm gonna go start some and give you an update soon. Make it make sense, please. Make it make sense. Okay, so I finished Soldier Sailor last night at like 1 AM, and I really enjoyed this. Like, I feel like I've been taking quite a while to like get through books, but this one got through like really quickly. Like, I only needed like about 5 or 4 like sittings, and yeah, it just read really like quickly. I was very engrossed with the story and the characters, and it's basically sort of written out in like second person in a sense, because she's talking to her son Sailor and the main character is Soldier. None of them actually have proper names, but she's detailing different like little points in their relationship and their life, of him growing up and how like tumultuous it is, and like the tantrums and the like issues, and like her like sort of like depression as well, and just like parts of their like life as they're growing up. I think it ends when he's probably around 4, I think. Talks about motherhood and the impact of it on women especially, and how it is different to the impact on men, and how a lot of the like responsibilities and you know, pressure of like caring for the child and all like the little intricacies and little things that maybe like you don't really think about. A lot of it is placed on the women, and also sort of like not, you know, going back to work or like losing their career, or sort of like some aspirations which men don't usually always have to think about as much. Her and her husband have quite like a bad relationship. It's very sort of like arguing a lot, and he isn't like pulling his weight at all. He's just sort of like great gain from having a child, because she stays at home and does all the work and all the caring for him, and all like the tantrums and stuff when he just like comes like later on, just like when he's like asleep or something, or also the way he sort of like tries to be like, oh, you don't need to like cuddle him, or you don't need to do so and so, but he doesn't understand that like she does have to do that because he won't like stop crying or whatever, and he doesn't understand like the things that she has to do, like how like much of a struggle it is and how much like a big weight it is on him. But anyway, so it sort of details a bit like a breakdown in their relationship, and how she knows that this environment isn't good for her son. She also meets one of her like old like friends from around college age, I believe, and he has like his own family, and this is sort of like a respite for her, and the like her son sort of like acts better, and just like a way for her to sort of try and get back to her previous self before she had her child. And it just sort of details how like Candy's relationship with this other man, not like sexual or anything, not to like give spoilers, but just like as a friend from her past, can this sort of get her back to the woman she was, or has too much changed between having the child for her to do so. But yeah, I felt like it was really, really well written. I was thinking of like underlining bits and stuff, but I think I probably will want to give this a read, so I'm going to keep it. And I would love to, you know, go back through it and like try and explore a bit more things. I've read a few reviews saying that like what she talks about in it isn't like that new, but for me it is, because I haven't really read any like books explicitly about motherhood and this relationship. So for me it was like very insightful. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed this book. I think I'll probably give it 4.5 stars. So recommend. It is currently the 1st of February, but I was going to do maybe just one more book and then maybe start this again like a little bit later in February, and pick the next one then. So I have just added another book to the spinner wheel because I got it like 2 days ago, and I've removed, so I'll just say that. So yeah, let's see what we're going to be reading next. Are you excited? Okay, Love on the Brain. I don't know if I'm in a mood for a romance, if I'm being completely honest. I think I'll get it down and try it, but if I'm just not feeling it at all, then this will be one that I will like, not necessarily softy enough, but I'll just not continue reading it. But yeah, I'll go pick that up and start reading it and see what I do. If not, I'll come back and pick another book. So yeah, bye for now. Going to the city today for the Chinese New Year celebrations, also look at a few shops. But yeah, it's Sunday, so like it's kind of dead. When I get there, it's gonna be super, super busy. So. Everything that you're feeling for. There was some cash in that body. There was some cash we can put into my shirt dress. No, you like that. This time on the regular. And no, I wanna see shops I wanted to go to, but anyways, we moved. Like, I don't like going out on Sunday. I hate going out on Sunday because like you can't do much like at all. So yeah. Anyway, I read the first chapter technically today because it was the early hours of the morning, and I'm intrigued. I just don't know if I want to read it right now, you know. However, I think I'm going to read one more chapter and then see if I want to continue at the moment or put it on hold. But yeah, it's basically about B. I'm not going to try and butcher her last name. I think she's Austrian, or like she was born in Austria, but I can't remember. Anyway, she has a twin sister, and the sister is like living in Europe and she's living in America, and she's sort of like a neuroscientist, has like in grad school, her and this sort of other guy that was in his like 5th year and she was in her 1st year, he didn't like want to work with her at all. I think his name like Ryle or Kyle or something. Honestly, my brain is just, it's not there anymore. And he like didn't want to like work with her at all, and she thinks that he thought she was like ugly or something, because when another person asked him like, oh, what do you think of B, he was just like walked out the door. And then also her like ex-fiance sort of like proposed whilst they were like in grad school as well. Anyway, well, in the current time frame, she has been tasked to lead sort of this NASA project thing on like neuroscience, like helmets or something for the astronauts, and she's co-leading it with Ryle or Kyle or whatever his name is, yeah, and she's gonna like start going to Houston like soon to work on it, and it's just, I guess it's gonna be sort of, you know, like enemies to lovers or whatever. But yeah, I do quite like her as a character. Not the most, you know, literary, of course it's not, because it's romance, but I guess just like the general like tone is a little bit like just a bit fun, I guess, in some sense. Yeah, also I was just like, because it's like talking about like, it's like gossiping like at grad school about like, oh my god, like, oh, he thought she was like the most ugliest person in the world, and so all these people like gossiping about like their like what he thought of her, and I'm just like, really, in grad school, like this level of like sciencey-ness, and you're like gossiping like that? I don't know, but you know, it's just all whatever. You kind of can't really compare sometimes with like other books, sometimes, not to like shame it or anything, but just yeah. But anyway, one more chapter and then I will decide if I will continue right now or not.
Is this what the winning look?
So what do you do?
I'm Mylene Class. Question. Tell me what you think about me. It's a bit of Beyonce. Question. Tell me what you think about me. Sorry.
If you ever feel like a cake, stop yourself. Have a carrot.
Oh, you absolutely tiny mind.
Trying to help you help yourself.
I say what?
Help yourself. Thank you very much.
The moment of inspiration from Mary Fowler. Last second of the game.
Last
Daphne Van Doxel
second.
beaten,
Beauty.
taking a bounce ahead of her. And just
Hey, so Love on the Brain. I read one more chapter. I am intrigued. I am. But I just really don't want to read this. That was like 3 or 4 days ago. I mean, I haven't had like the best 4 days anyway. But I'm just not in the mood to read it right now. You know. I want something a little bit more, I don't know, different. Whatever. Even though this is like, I haven't read like a romance for ages. But anyway, I think we'll go back to this. I will close it so it will still be on there, and if it does come up again, that means I sort of like have to read it, or I will have to unhaul it. But let's do the spinner wheel and see what we get. Okay, imagine if it's the same. I'll just be. Wait, wait. What is that? What is that? What? I can't read backwards. Lonely Castle in the Mirror. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's get it. Do I just cheat and just start reading that book? Because I mean, technically it is unread TBR book. Obviously, it's not been randomly picked. But my loan does expire, like, I think in like maybe 12 days or maybe 10 days, I'm not sure, it's not too long. So I don't know if I should read that instead. That'd be bad of me, it would, but you know what? I'm still getting the unread TBR down if I do read it, so I will think about it. I'll either start Lonely Castle in the Mirror or Truth or Dare. And I will update you then. But Love on the Brain is going back on the shelf. Again. Back to reading.
Frigino with a perfect ball with lovely
Yeah,
whip on it, right onto the head of Bunny Shaw. We've seen it time and time again.
It's so cold. It's so cold. Put a little Avo Udi on. Yeah. I was gonna update you yesterday because I got to day 4. I think it was like just over 50%. But then I was sort of really tired and I was trying to go to sleep, even though I didn't actually get to sleep till like 5 hours later than I wanted to, but that's just the brain. It's okay. It's good. I'm intrigued. But I don't know if I really like need to finish it in some sense. So I don't know. I'll see. I probably will, but like, I'll see. So I just finished Truth or Dare. It was really long, but like I did get through it like really quickly because it is very fast paced. I don't want to do my review now because I'm a bit headachy, but like just like the ending. This is why I don't read series. I don't like series usually because you just kind of have to keep reading them, you know, to like get what happens next. But yeah, this is the 10th in the Helen Grace books by MJ Ulrich. Previously, 2023, I read his book Eye for an Eye, which had literally just like came out that year. Absolutely loved it. Well, I didn't love it. It was like 4.5 stars. It was really, really good though, and like you really felt for the characters. It was really emotive, and it was just like I was in a mood of reading sort of like revengey sort of vigilante books, and battling with sort of that idea of like an eye for an eye, and like, is it correct? Is it like okay to do this? Like, you know, the different thoughts and feelings towards that crime, in a sense. And I have been wanting to read more by him, and I was originally going to start with the Helen Grace series, possibly from the beginning. I think it's called Eeny Meeny, but I hadn't have picked up any before this one, I guess. But I didn't really want to read this, and also I thought that they were sort of standalones in a sense, and they sort of are in a way that you don't like. I didn't really miss out on that much by not having read the previous 9 books in the series, because they are really basically standalones. They deal with a separate case, but how it's ended, you sort of kind of need to read the next one to see sort of like how it's going to affect her going forward and stuff. But yeah, I don't really know how to feel. I'm a little bit like, oh. But I guess that's sort of the point is that he's left it like that, so you read the next one, you buy the next one, you continue the series following these characters. But yeah, I'm just a little bit like frustrated, but also like I can't really be too upset because it is sort of the nature of series books. And I practically don't read any series ever. And the only series really I read is like Heartstopper or like manga series, but like, do you know what I mean? They're not like full big ass book, 450 pages. You know, so well, Heartstopper is, but it's not the same. But yeah, I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna watch something for a bit. I've been watching the new series of Am I Being Unreasonable. I just watched the first one beforehand because I sort of basically forgot everything that happened. And I'm nearly done with it. I'm enjoying it. It's not as good as the first one, but yeah, so if you want to watch those last 2 episodes, turn the candle off, you know, blow it out, go to bed, and then probably give you like a full review, I guess, on this tomorrow. Finish this video, and then I will be picking the next role in the following video that will come sometime next month, I guess. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, I think it's better to like ponder my thoughts overnight. But on first glance, star rating probably around a 3.5, but we shall see. Anyway, see you in a bit. Dickie!
This is ridiculous. What are you even
From
looking for?
Smuggy
Guns?
Queens.
No, but you do look like you'd drown a litter of Andrix puppies in a barrel full of pigs.
Slay.
If I saw her here, then I'll see her again.
Get my money. See bonkers, you're welcome.
Curtain.
Absolutely none.
You carry it.
Oi!
Go, Curtin, go!
Like the book, I'm sort of like shook if at the end. I didn't know there was gonna like continue to be more series of it. I thought it was like this was it, like the second series was the last one. But now I'm like, what's gonna happen? But yeah, wow. Little review. It's funnier than the first series, but I guess also in some sense that takes away from some of the like important topics and like things that it's trying to address in the show. But yeah, I did enjoy it. But maybe I wanted a little bit more of the substance. But yeah, a review for that. See you in the morning, because it's like 2 a.m. now. It's 2:30 a.m. I mean, I probably won't sleep until like 5, but the intention should come earlier. Anyway, see ya. So, a little review for Truth or Dare by MJ Arledge. I enjoyed this. It's basically following Helen Grace is the officer in charge of like a team of investigators in the major crime unit or something like that in Southampton, and it starts with like a spate of different sort of like presumed financially gained attacks that end in murder, a burglary gone wrong or a carjacking or like an attempted sexual assault that ends in these people being murdered, and they're not really connected, and she is trying to work out basically what's going on, and also there's like an internal sort of drama dynamic because her second in command, Jason Hudson, I think he was called, he is trying to like oust her basically and take her job because they used to be like lovers, and he's trying to get people like to go against her, sort of like roping in like the media and things like that. So that's sort of like one storyline, and then also it's basically them just trying to work out what's going on in Southampton at the moment, like why are all these crimes taking place, and is there a link, can they find a link, like is it different perpetrators, like who is like doing this, or who's doing this, as in multiple who. It's set like after the pandemic, and it's sort of about like the financial state of the UK during that time, and why this is a possible cause for these financially motivated like crimes in some sense, or presumably so. And yeah, I did think it was quite clever. I did like the way things were, you know, pieced together, sort of like trying to work out this puzzle, and how it did come together quite well. And it wasn't really what I was expecting, but sort of like when you get sort of parts, you can sort of put things together yourself quite well as well. And I did enjoy that. I did quite like Helen. I think she was a very strong character. She's like a strong like female lead. She like is headstrong and like knows sort of like what she wants to do and go for. She's smart, and also like other characters in the book as well. Some like not so much. I didn't really like the internal like conflict about sort of like trying to oust her and things. I think that maybe took away from some of the like enjoyment and like the flow, and it made the page count a little bit too long in my opinion, really. I think it probably could have done with about 60 pages less, or maybe a bit more. Yeah, because I didn't really care too much about that. I get to say that the title doesn't really make sense, and also the thing about like playing a game isn't really what it is in some sense. I guess as you go along there is an element of it towards the end, but yeah, I don't think it's very apt or, you know, correct. But yeah, on the whole it was decent. I do think I will probably check out more in this series because I did enjoy it. I didn't like it as much as Eye for an Eye. I think that book was really, really good, so I would so recommend that. And I also just not as a series person. I do much prefer standalones. So I know he has another one, but I can't remember what it's called, which I might check out, or possibly others in this series. And I am also like, I kind of really do want to read the next one in this series as well, number 11. I think it's on Burrow Box as well, because I listened to it audibly whilst reading physically, so I may have to listen to that soon, but it doesn't take any books off my physical TBR, so there's that. But yeah, I would recommend this. I think I'm probably going to give it a 3.75 stars actually, and probably round it up to 4 on Goodreads. So we had 2 reads and 1 soft DNF in the sort of January-February sort of one. Also for my little like thing, I don't know if I put it there or something, but I read this is just for January, okay, I read 5 books physically, so that reduced the TBR, but then I hauled 5 books as well, so back to 0. However, I did unhaul or DNF 2 physical books. Technically they are still with me, but they're going to my sister, so they're not really in my possession anymore. I'm not going to read them, like they're in the case ready to go. That one over there, by the way. So yeah, so I'm -2 from my initial starting number of, I can't remember, I told you at the beginning of the video. At the end of these videos I'm going to do an average of the star ratings from the video, and that for this, because there was only 2 books read, is 4.125 stars, which is quite good to start with. But yeah, we shall see how it goes on. The February stats will probably be in the next videos. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I shall see you soon. Have a nice morning and night wherever you are in the world. Bye.